Hey there, Woo Ball fans. Make plans now to kick off the 2024 season at the first Waldorf Gridiron Club Golf Tournament, Friday, September 6th at the Gruis Golf Course. Start your home opener tailgating experience early by registering your four-person team now at wugridironevents@gmail.com. Find the link in the show notes. It's just $150 for each team, and that includes meals. If you want to sponsor one of our 9 holes, you can do that too for just $300, which includes the team registration, meals, hole signage, and recognition. This is a fundraiser for the Gridiron Club, and all money raised goes straight to the Warrior football program. We'll start registration at 12:15, get a welcome from the coaches, and explain the tournament rules at 12:45, then off to a shotgun start to our scramble at 1 p.m. Think of it as a kickoff. It's just a 9-hole tournament, so there will be plenty of time for our evening meal, flight prizes, and pre-game camaraderie around 5 p.m. You can bring your own cart or rent them right there at the course. The Gruis Golf Course is located west of Forest City at 2724 360th Street in rural Buffalo Center. We can't wait to see you at the Waldorf Gridiron Club Golf Tournament September 6th. Get your team together and register today by emailing wugridironevents@gmail.com, and we'll get you taken care of. Go Warriors! Welcome to the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast, your home for all things football at Waldorf University, the best small college football experience in America. Hosted by Andy Buffington and me, Troy Thompson, from the secret bunker beneath Bullsdorf Field.
Welcome to this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast, folks. We still pounding through the GPAC. Of course, we've touched on Concordia. We've touched on Doane. We've touched on Mount Marty last week.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah, Mount Marty last week. And so we're following along the schedule. We got Hastings College.
All right.
This week. Yeah. Hastings, Nebraska, believe it or not, they are a Presbyterian school.
Okay.
In obviously Hastings, they're the Broncos. Now, they spell it correctly. When and I'm still a fan of Northwest Missouri State. They play Oklahoma Southern Oklahoma Central. Central Oklahoma University. They're the Bronchos. Bronchos.
And they say go Chos, roll Chos is what they say.
Yeah, but it's they want it.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. It's wrong.
I think it's for the Chos, like roll Chos. I think they did that so they could say that.
The Chos.
Just for that.
Yeah.
The chosen.
You know, forward thinking. Yeah.
So,
Is there another way to spell Bronco? Apparently.
no, there's not.
Yeah, right?
No, it's not
I think
CHOS.
Ford would have picked up on that quite a while ago.
I would hope.
So maybe it's
Yeah.
Broncos.
So before we jump into
They're the Broncos. They're the Broncos.
Broncos.
Not these.
is
guys.
that like and
These are the Broncos.
now we sent you a text last week, Troy, about West Hancock. We were coming up with the female names of
Yeah, you corrected
Indianettes.
yourself. Yeah,
It was the Brit E Gals,
the E-Gals, which is actually
exactly.
kind of witty.
not the Broncos.
No, the Eagleettes.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh,
Good one.
the E-Gals. Yeah, and my wife, we listened to the episode together, and she said, "Oh yeah, they were the E-Gals." And now you had already texted me because your wife had corrected you.
Yeah, and she sent me she actually said, "Give me your phone." I'm texting as you to Troy because I was driving.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't text.
So,
and drive.
yeah,
It's dangerous.
that's very safe of you.
Yes. Well, I'm all about safety, Troy.
Well, you are all about safety.
Yeah. Hey, and before we get into the whole Hastings College deal, we've mentioned Bill Knowlton's name a time or two.
Yeah. Some people would say too much.
He would. Get my name out your damn mouth.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he'd be all Will Smith on me,
Yeah.
slapped me and everything. No, he didn't slap me because I'd take him down and beat him like a seal pup.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't go well for me.
I saw him standing in his yard the other day. Looks like he could still
He still got it.
Oh, he's
move some people on the line.
He's a man.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to ask you to tell me about the story of when you were at Waldorf, who was the duck?
Me.
And
Elaborate, please.
oh, do you want to tell the story? Do you remember why you were the duck?
No, you go ahead and tell it. I would like to see
Again.
how this legend has gotten around.
Oh,
All right, this
Okay.
is third party.
There we go.
Bill worked for Winnebago Security at the time.
Yeah.
Which provided security for Waldorf College during the day, and they had to issue citations to people, and so they would get a return. They would get the ticket returned. I don't think there was ever any money in it.
No, I had an amazing number of outstanding parking tickets.
Yes, and so he would write a letter. The duck would write a letter to security about how worthless they are and all these other things. And the head of security at the time, Barry Bendixson, wanted the duck.
They were hunting you.
Yeah, he probably put together like a task force. All right, guys, this is the duck task force.
I've sat by Barry Bendixson at so many basketball games since then. It's funny.
I don't know if Barry knows, but
He does. Now.
well, yeah. And all Bill said was he was so pissed the entire time.
They built a profile on you. And
Yeah, exactly. The guy they
It's still like on a cork board somewhere deep in the cavernous Winnebago security basement, and there's strings drawn all over with pictures and from 1995, and
the duck.
yeah.
So yeah, your secret identity is revealed, my friend.
Yeah. Well, that's been a long time. Only one other guy calls me that, and that's Carl Wolderidge. He still calls me Duck occasionally because we went to Waldorf together, and he had a moment where he wanted to go to Wartburg, and so he did a semester or so there, and then he came back home to Waldorf. But yeah, I have I'm athletic, but I do have a slight. I think it's my right foot sticks out. Points outward just a bit. Not like some people that are like, how does that person even run? But just a little bit off to the right.
Duck foot.
And so a little bit, not a lot, but just enough.
That's why you signed your grievance letters, the duck.
Yeah, it had caught on.
Oh, you would sign it, the duck.
Huh?
You signed it at the bottom, the duck.
The duck.
That's awesome.
You know.
That's so great.
That's awesome.
That is so great.
I forgot I did that.
Yeah.
I had many actual written commentaries while I was at Waldorf when it was a 2-year school. I wrote for the school paper, The Lobbyist.
Still is Lobbyist.
Yeah.
I wrote a column called Shot Out of the Dark, and would just it was a column, I'd write about whatever I wanted to write about, and I was constantly generating commentary from faculty, and particularly campus people in charge of the campus.
Yeah.
Dean Hadley.
Yes.
Tamara Kunow.
Yep.
Rest her soul.
Yep. Great person.
We had many. I was a good student, but I had my moments. Yeah.
Yeah, not popular amongst the administration, were we?
Actually, Bill Ham liked me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Bill liked me. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's the one.
Yeah.
Well, all right, let's get back into Hastings. So thanks.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, isn't that great?
I love it.
All right, Hastings, they have an enrollment of about 1,000 students. I'm sure if Troy dug, he could find exactly. Now, their cost, again, they still can't compete with Waldorf.
Getting a good deal. Folks.
No, so just their tuition and fees is $37,770. Their housing and food is $12,050 for a grand total of $49,820. So they're still sitting about 13 grand over the
Wow.
Yeah.
37, that's almost 50.
37 to 49.
What'd you say?
49,820.
Oh, 40.
Now, I ain't no good.
That's almost $50,000.
It is, yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, yes. But I
like to round
the
things.
difference.
I come from the artillery in the Army, so we're not exactly point targets. It's area targets only.
Kind of that way.
Yeah. Within 100 meters or so.
Fire!
Yeah.
All right. So Hastings, Nebraska, it's in south and east Nebraska, a little more towards south central. It's due south of Grand Island. It is 429 miles away from Forest City, Iowa.
Nice. How long does it take to get that far?
About 6 hours. Depends on who's driving.
Is that our farthest trip?
It is.
Yes. Well, they're coming here, so it doesn't matter.
This is true. Because I do have some rundowns of, I don't know if it was Hastings. Yeah, they have when we go there next year, they have some pretty hard and fast rules about tailgating.
What?
Reserve spots. 24 hours in advance, you got to call down and get a ticket
I know a guy down there.
to be assigned.
We'll get.
Well, you have to call.
We'll get
yeah,
plenty
you're
of
old
to
tickets.
call in
We'll get
advance.
plenty of
Can you
tickets.
call? Does it have to be exactly 24 hours in advance, or
I
can
don't
it be
know. It
like
could be
2
earlier.
weeks in advance? Can we say, listen, you're going to need to reserve 11,
I think we're going to try to
11 spots.
we're going to have to, when we go down there next year, we're going to have to say who's all going and let's get 10 spots, 20 spots or something like that. So call down and say, who can we get like a group, all together, the Woo group.
Yeah, tailgating and game day of that committee.
Yeah, because if you want to come to Waldorf, Hastings folks, when you come on up here, we're going to give you a hug and say, where would you like to go?
Where'd you like to go? Would you like to go over there? Like,
Oh.
they say, I'd like to go over here. It's like, no, I mean,
No, I mean,
would you like to go over there?
exactly. You can use
Over
Coach Clary's
there.
bathroom.
Yeah. Hey, the basement down there.
Ain't nothing but a walk.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a walk.
Maybe they have a big tailgating group, and that's why it's.
I sure hope so.
You know.
It'd be nice to get a big contingent of Bronco fans up here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'd be good time.
Spelled correctly.
Yes.
But still, regarding something that we said last week's episode, Bronco is with the C. You'd think that a K would make it more strong. If we're going to modify spelling of Broncos and football teams across America, why not just make it Bronco with a K?
But we talked about that, like Carl with a C and Carl with a K.
Obnoxious
Yep. Mhm.
with a K.
Right. And so if you wouldn't the Broncos with a K be obnoxious?
Yes,
There you go.
but don't you want your football team to be just a little obnoxious?
Well, I would hope so. Well, no.
More tough.
Okay.
than
Yeah.
obnoxious.
All right.
We want to be respectful.
Imposing.
First class,
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, Hastings, Nebraska, with a population in 2022 or 20, whatever, it's about 25,000, a little over. So a good sized
Big
community.
city.
It might have a target. Doubt it. But
I don't know. Why not?
Maybe.
Mason City does.
Mason,
They're about.
yeah.
They're only
that's
about
true.
28.
They probably, I didn't look at the city map. Maybe they have a target.
Mm-hmm. I
And
still
maybe-
won't go, but
Maybe another Orscheln or something like that. That'd be nice.
I'm more of a Fleet Farm guy.
Yeah,
It's right
I
next
am
to
too.
Target in Mason City.
Across the street.
I'll drop the wife off over at Target, and I'll run over and see what they've got in the guns and ammo section.
Or the fishing.
Yeah, it's all in the same area.
It is true. Yeah, it's great stuff.
Right next to the tools. Everything you need.
So do you guys want your mind blown right away or should we?
let's do
No, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Gentleman that was born in Lewis, Iowa by the name of Edwin Perkins in 1927 invented
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Oh,
You knew
man,
that.
Now I have notes.
Oh, you finally made notes.
I did.
Oh,
am
yeah.
I
That's
doing all
what. No,
this?
that's what I was gonna say, Troy.
Edwin Perkins. I didn't know he was born in Iowa.
Yeah, he was born in Lewis,
A
Iowa.
lot of good things come out of
Yeah,
this.
he did all of his experiments in his mom's kitchen. He was big into Jello, and that's what kind of
He was trying to make his own Jello.
Yep. It was
ended up liquidy.
In 1927.
1927. It was actually first a liquid, and he called it Fruit Smack.
That's a great name, though.
It
that
is.
could have stuck. That would have been fine.
Hey, man.
It wouldn't fly
Give me
today.
some fruit smack.
Hey, dude, you got some of that Fruit Smack?
Yeah.
Fruit Smack.
Imagine the dude
I got
going
your
through
fruit
the
smack.
wall instead of saying Kool-Aid. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he removed all the liquid because he was trying to reduce the shipping costs and all that stuff, and then just left a powder that he called Kool-Aid. But he moved
You
it.
should have called the powder Fruit Smack. And you make Kool-Aid with the Fruit Smack.
Oh yeah, people got it in spoons with a lighter on it.
We could
Yeah.
start a whole thing. Be like, yeah, let's go make some Kool-Aid. All right, I got the Kool-Aid. Get the Fruit Smack. That's the technical name of the powder.
I got blueberry fruit smack.
Fruit
Yeah.
Smack.
Well, he moved to Chicago in 31
Yeah.
and operated, made him rich, believe it or not.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh, absolutely. Then 22 years later, 1953, he sold it to General Foods,
Yeah.
probably for a pretty penny.
I wonder what his ratio of sugar was when he originated it, because my version of Kool-Aid as a kid was like, it would say, I don't even know what the proper
like
ratio is.
like a cup,
Like a
isn't it?
cup. And it'd be like, yeah, but it's better with 2 cups. of sugar.
Yeah, you just the more
Yeah.
cups.
You know.
It was probably like a cube,
Yeah.
something like
They had
that.
cubes
Yeah.
back then.
This is just a little bit of Fruit Smack with just a tiny bit of honey.
Yeah, and so the problem is if you put a whole cup in there, you'll become obese.
Mm-hmm.
America
They knew
said-
about it then.
Yeah, America said, hold my beer.
I'm surprised C&H didn't buy that. Pure cane sugar. They're like,
From Hawaii.
yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
That's what they say. So, yeah, it is the official soft drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's the official soft drink of the state of Nebraska.
I bet that says so much. Yeah, Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Drinking the Kool-Aid over there.
That's what
That
I
is
thought.
hilarious.
Reading the Willa Cather novels, drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And so
Treating their illnesses with Doan.
in Hastings, they have, of course, Kool-Aid days.
They do have Kool-Aid
They have
days.
Kool-Aid days. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do during these Kool-Aid days?
Well, that's funny you should ask.
I hope there's a dunk tank.
the theme is, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You come
A
out
dunk tank?
stained purple.
How much fruit smack does it take to fill a dunk tank?
oh,
I
plenty.
don't know,
Too
couple
much.
100 gallons.
Yeah, too much.
So the 2024 theme for Kool-Aid Days this year, folks, and it's going to be held on the 17th and 18th of August. So if you got, wide open, you can head on down to Hastings and go to Kool-Aid Days. The theme this year is Sharkleberry Fun.
Is that one of their flavors?
I have no clue. I haven't drank Kool-Aid in a long time.
A long time.
Sharkleberry.
Obviously, they have a parade.
Yeah.
They have the world's, and here's another world's largest.
They have a-
World's largest Kool-Aid stand.
of course.
Yeah. And Kool-Aid with a K. We know this.
Obnoxious.
They also have fireworks on Saturday. Then they have the, now again, this is all with a K, quickest with a K, Kool-Aid drinking contest.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Now, room temperature I think would be okay, but you'd end up with brain freeze.
Think so?
Or
Yeah.
but how much sugar's in that?
Well, you can get the sugar-free kind.
No, you
You
can't.
get your diabetes
Then it ain't
test right
called.
afterwards.
Then it's called fruit
Get your
smack.
insulin shot or whatever you need.
Yeah.
You end up with bad kidneys and you start taking Doan's back pills.
That's exactly. And when nothing else works,
Try
why not try this crap?
Good for your elbows.
No, and I didn't say it was for your kidneys. I said it was for your back.
Yeah.
You're having back pain from the bad kidneys.
Yeah. Spinal, not renal. Come on, man.
Yeah, they have a lot of different activities, but they also one of the cool things I thought they had, with a C, is the Kool-Aid cardboard with a K boat races. So Kool-Aid cardboard boat races. So you're judged on, your design,
You just walk into town and every darn person just got that, 3-year-old red ring around their lip. This like the whole town is just like, what is this? Like, is this where the
pupils are dilated.
clown show?
Yeah,
It's
pupils
like,
are
exactly.
dilated.
we just love the Kool-Aid. It's just nothing but like whatever going on there.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
A lot of naps are taken. I'm sure once you crash from.
Oh, yeah,
Kool-Aid
the
days,
sugar-
right?
Right.
Get the
There's a
sugar
crash.
high. Everybody's like, oh, we're really buzzed up. It's a really good day. Next thing you know,
Oh yeah.
I think that's awesome. But,
yeah. So Kool-Aid in Hastings. So I mean, that's kind of a cool thing.
yeah, it is.
Cool.
Cool with a C.
Cool with a C.
No, I meant it with a K.
Okay. Ooh,
I should
aggressive.
I should enunciate.
That's
Man, I'll tell you what. That is pretty. I mean, that is pretty neat that they have.
You almost said
I
cool.
was gonna say, I didn't know which one to say, so I just said neat.
Exactly.
neat with a K.
Man,
It's keen. That is with a K.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
See?
know. We know.
Hastings College get any Kool-Aid money?
No way.
Actually, yes, they did.
So it truly is Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I saw
Doesn't beat pucker brush though.
Mhm. Did
yeah, but-
Did Edwin go to Hastings College? He's not one of the people I saw
No.
listed in the
No, there's-
notable notables.
There's like a Perkins Library, a Perkins Human Performance Center. I have no idea. There's two buildings.
There's a
named after
Perkins
him.
restaurant. Not related.
That would be
That would be insane.
We got a Perkins restaurant right here on campus. You
Yeah.
can stop by and use some of your dining dollars.
Nice.
Your Broncos Bucks.
Ooh,
Broncos. Is that what they are? Probably.
I bet
I would assume.
they've got to be.
We're Warrior Bucks. So
Okay.
they're Bronco.
All right.
Bronco chips.
Yeah. Cubes.
Exactly. Lost my hat in the cow pasture. Tried on 3 before.
I know
found it.
something about Hastings. I looked this up. You probably saw the same thing.
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
Well, in 1846, en route to California, the Donner Party passed through Hastings.
Yeah. You
And
guys
there's-
want to grab something to eat here? We good? Nah, let's just
wait
keep
till we
going.
get to the mountains. Yeah. There's an historical marker in Hastings which quotes Tamsin Donner's journal saying, "The country between the Blue and the Platte is beautiful beyond compare. Never have I seen so varied a country, so suitable to cultivation." And then I added this part, "But my gut tells me things will be even better over beyond the Rockies."
And damn, I'm hungry.
You know about the Donner Party, Coach?
No, sir.
Oh.
I learned a lot with you. I forgot my notepad. I meant
So
to
the Donner Party, I mean, it was basically just
They're going west,
they're going west. They're trying to find their
getting to Cali.
fortune and everything else.
Got caught in a spring-winter storm.
Yeah, in the mountains.
In the mountains.
Didn't go well.
No.
So
I can
It
imagine.
resulted in having to eat
each other.
each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
see, these are things I do need to write down because I want to quiz my guys on something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, anybody know what the Donner Party did?
Yeah.
I bet you one of them would.
Yeah, one of them's go. Oh, yeah, they passed through Hastings in 1846.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna be like,
Yeah, you listen to the podcast, buddy.
You know what else happened in 1846? I think that's when Iowa became a state.
yeah, pretty close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this city was founded in 1872 for after Colonel D.T. Hastings.
Mhm.
He was, of course, with the Burlington, Missouri River Railroad.
He had a brother, pretty mean guy named D.Q. Hastings, and played the nose back in the day.
Exactly. Daquan was not a very popular name amongst the English
The
back then.
settlers.
What does D.T. stand for? Is that Detuan?
I don't know. Yes, we're going to say that.
Okay.
Twan.
Detuan Hastings.
Twan.
Detuan Hastings. And first the English came, and then, of course, the Irish, and then the Germans, and the Danes, and the Russians. And so, in 2007, the city of Hastings won Yahoo's greenest city in America.
What?
So, yeah, and I already don't.
How do you get that?
I don't know. You probably say, hey, we got Chet over there's got a plug-in car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we recycle.
Ooh.
I guess if you had one plug-in car per 25,000 people, though, that might be
Pretty good
above
for
the
LA.
average.
Pretty
Yeah.
green, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty green.
Yep. So, and here's the one thing that I found out about Hastings that I absolutely love, and in another year we're going to have to go.
Mm.
It is home of the Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center.
So they're researching
yes.
Bigfoot in Hastings, Nebraska?
I'm like,
Yeah, there's
that's
a-
paid
Man.
gig.
There's a
Somebody works there.
there's a little lady that she's running it. I don't know if it's out of her house or if she's got her own little building. I think her name is like Harriet or something like that. I read some
Sounds
on it.
right. Sounds good.
And they said that she's very knowledgeable. They have some foot castings of some Sasquatch from around the country.
Really?
Yeah. So if you need to research your Bigfoot, head to Hastings. It's
Why not?
a place to go.
Seems like the place to go.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's weird. Why would they have
They have a
that?
foot casting, you said?
Well, of Bigfoot. So there's a research center there of all things Sasquatch.
They have a foot casting of a guy who put on giant shoes.
I was about to say,
walked
how
around
big
in
is
the
this
mud.
foot?
And people have even said, like when I was looking at it on, I think it was like TripAdvisor or something, it said for the believers and non-believers, it's very interesting.
Well, I believe that.
Well, the lady that runs it, I don't know if she's a believer or not. It doesn't matter,
Mm-hmm.
but she's committed to it because she has her own museum and research.
I
center.
think she's got a skull,
I
too.
love that it's a
she does have skulls there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking
but like
at
she has
it right
she has
now.
skulls of like bears and stuff like that.
Oh, I saw in a long
She doesn't have
video.
a. Now that would be something if she had a Bigfoot skull.
I saw this.
Other people are like, we'd like to research.
Oh, maybe that is a Bigfoot
Yeah,
skull.
I did just look it up.
That could be just a dude that had a really tall head.
His name is Camacho.
Okay. Camacho with
Her
a C
name,
or a
her.
K?
Both C's. There's two. She's 18. Is what it says.
Harriet looked a lot older than that.
No,
No, that
Camacho.
they have determined through their research center that skull was 18.
Okay, an 18-year-old Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm. I
You know.
mean, maybe. We don't know.
Exactly. She just had her quinceanera, and
I think they have like
You have a head that big, you got to put one of those bands. You know how they put like the bands on the bald baby girls?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, just to make people know that it's a girl.
I think it's run out of it.
And then just like
house.
that one's a whole life. They've
They've got a
absolutely.
portrait on it.
a
now.
huge
Yeah.
band.
You
Looks
had
like
me
a
invested.
jockstrap band.
then you'd need one. Yeah,
Your forehead's that big.
They
You
have
got weird.
They have a hand. They have a
Yeah.
hand, a paw, a hand cast.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, no,
where he
this is-
slipped in the snow with his huge feet
Yeah.
and like, oh, caught
He's
myself.
like, oh, got
They
it.
found that in 2016 in Kentucky.
Well, of course.
In Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Do you think that a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot or a Yeti or whatever we're going with?
Depends on how warm it is.
Yeah. Do you think that when they do fall down in the snow, And since they're apparently solitary, unless you like the new Jesse Eisenberg movie that's out that I haven't seen, I probably never will, but like, did you know there's a movie about that? There's like a family of Sasquatch and they just grunt the whole time. It's like they don't have any dialogue.
There's movies about that. It wasn't like Ed and or I can't remember. Whatever.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but
that's great. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
When they fall down in the snow.
Yeah, do you think that they look around like,
who saw that?
anybody see that?
And they don't wipe away.
There's one dude there with a really bad, like, Super 8 camera.
They are always grainy
They are. That's right.
photos that you see.
Oh yeah, they're grainy as heck.
Yeah.
Of course,
My parents are interested in Bigfoot. They're up in Wisconsin though, and they watch the Bigfoot shows all the time.
Isn't there something like a cousin of the Bigfoot down in Central America, like the Chupacabra or something?
Yeah,
Oh, I think that's different. I thought like Chupacabra was like a
wolf,
something, like a beast.
Don't say mythical because
No. I was gonna say
Like a dog beast,
like a Tasmanian devil looking thing.
all right, but really tall with big feet.
Are they really? I was like,
I've never seen a Chupacabra.
well, me either.
And I haven't seen a
anybody
Bigfoot.
has. That's the legend.
How do these things get started? Do you think?
Well, first of all, what you do is you get
Somebody's
yourself really
drunk and bored.
really.
We should make up this thing that says they're like kind of like a gorilla, but he's really tall and he's got these huge feet.
I had 17 liters of fruit smack, and I saw a Chupacabra.
17 liters. Your eyes would.
I saw a Sasquatch walking a Chupacabra,
Oh,
Yeah.
and then I passed out.
And then they went for a swim with Loch Ness. That happens.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
interesting.
I've
so
seen
that
it at
started
Fat-
on Kool-Aid days. That was awesome. That started.
Yeah, right.
crazy.
And they also have an old World War II naval ammunition depot there. I don't think they still have anything there. I don't know. Maybe some.
We want to try to find the most convenient location to make our naval ammunition.
How about in the middle of the country?
landlocked, real
Well,
landlocked.
it's right on a rail line.
Yeah, well, that's how it all started, as we know from the
GPAC is
Yeah.
just straight railroad.
If there's
We
not
got
a railroad, you can't do it.
We
That's
got
true.
one too.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
What's there?
We got a spur.
Yeah. They also have a Flatwater Music Festival. And I looked up, it said something about there's going to be country music artists from around the area coming to the Flatwater Music Festival to perform.
Oh yeah, from around the area, huh?
Yeah, so that's got to be good. And usually it probably
bet it is.
I bet it is. Something like that I could get into rather than some big names coming in and ruining the whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So, and who knows, maybe there'll be big names someday. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
Might as well
be
start in Hastings.
right.
at the Flatwater Music Festival.
Dang right.
They got their own website and everything. Pretty nice. There's also the Corvair Museum of America.
Is that for the car?
I would assume. Yeah.
What is a
The
Corvair?
Dangerous at any speed.
Is a Corvair a sword?
No, it's a car.
Yeah, but they look.
Well, it
our auto
depends.
manufacturers don't have enough originality to come up with words that they have to come from somewhere.
Like Chevette.
Okay, they came up with that one.
Okay.
That's the only one.
They did come up with that one. Yeah.
Corvair.
Or I had a Fiero.
Ah, that means something.
Fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
masculine,
Oh, very-
masculine fire,
Yeah, that's.
in a very small little kind of sort of
Oh, yeah.
Ferrari,
It was great.
but not.
So, yeah, the Corvair Museum. Now, here's one of the things I learned today, and I captured this because I was pretty excited about it. They have a collegiate summer league baseball team. It's from the Independence Baseball League, and they're called the Hastings Sodbusters. Great name.
It is.
Yeah, and so
Busters.
they're
That was their whole town was made of sod originally,
okay.
and then they had a fire,
They did have a fire.
and it burned up all the sod.
Yeah, it was a tough day. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It was all over.
It was on the news.
Yeah.
And then they rebuilt it with a bunch of really nice, kind of Victorian-like homes.
Yep.
I've been to Hastings twice, so I've seen it.
Oh yeah.
Ah, I've never been.
Well, and here's the best part is that they have right in this league, they have 4 other teams. One is in Casper, Wyoming, and they're the Casper Spuds.
Dumb.
Another great name.
No.
Great name.
You don't like it.
Idaho.
Why don't you like? Yeah.
Oh, you
Well-
said Wyoming.
I know, but still, it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, that's close
Oh,
enough.
no.
Come on.
No, the Spuds, man, I love that. And so the one that I don't like is in Fremont, which we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Fremont Moo. MOO. The Fremont Moo. That's the best they could come up with.
And even in 2024,
How can you get behind that?
You haven't
Yeah, I
changed
can't get behind that. I'm big in the Sodbusters. I really like the Spuds.
Sodbusters.
So up in South Dakota is the Oahe Zap. Z-A-P. Zap.
I kind of like that.
Don't like it at all.
You don't?
No.
The Oahe?
Oahe, Lake Oahe.
Yeah.
Up in
It's got like a bunch of those
Chamberlain, is that right?
electronic bug zappers. They bring them to the ball games. Yeah.
Well, a lot of mosquitoes
Yeah.
this time
A lot of
year.
lightning up in that.
And the last is another team out of Spearfish, South Dakota, and you'll like this one because we just talked about it. It's the Spearfish Sasquatch.
Oh,
That's a good one.
is Sasquatch like deer, singular and plural, apparently?
Sasquatch?
Sasquatch.
I saw.
That'd be a female Sasquatch.
No, there was.
Sasquatch?
Ooh, I don't know. It's like cactus and cacti.
You are a Sasquatch.
Sasquahini.
One of many Sasquatch.
I don't know. I would say yes. It's probably
You know who we need to ask?
Harriet at the research.
She
center.
would know.
I bet.
Should we call her? No.
You got her number?
It'd be funny
it's
to
on the
get her
internet.
phone.
Get her on the phone. Yeah, so that's kind of what I learned
I'll do
about the Kool-Aid capital of the world. The Hastings, Nebraska.
It is pretty cool that
That
they
is
do have
awesome.
Kool-Aid. I will say that. That was pretty neat.
Half
Yeah.
this conversation derived from Kool-Aid days. So
Mm-hmm.
good for them.
They played. Do you know anything about Lloyd Wilson? That's who they named the stadium that they play in after.
I don't know Lloyd Wilson at all.
Yeah, me either. I was going to look it up, but I didn't get time. So anyway, big stadium. 2,200 people can sit on the home side. 800 on
they
the
have
visitor.
beautiful facilities, I
Yeah,
will
they
say.
do. Yeah, they do.
absolutely gorgeous.
They got 30 spaces for wheelchairs. Let me continue on with their own description of their amazing Lloyd Wilson Stadium. The facility offers enough parking for 706 vehicles. You are the 707th. You're just out of luck, buddy. 508 on the west side, 198 on the east, and the stadium and field are situated on 120,640 square feet of land.
Not space.
That's like
Land.
3 acres. So the 2 locker rooms serve as home base for the Hastings College Broncos and the Hastings High Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
I did not
Yeah,
know that the Hastings High
I
School.
didn't know that the Tigers played there, but maybe the Sodbusters?
Hastings College was the first small college in the state of Nebraska to install field turf.
Mm.
And here's my fun part. The press box includes, buckle your seatbelts.
Okay.
The press box includes a copy machine, printer, 14 active phone lines, internet access.
14?
Yeah.
Wow.
4 media booths. I think they mean booths. 2 coaches' booths and 1 restroom. They do have a restroom.
That's big.
That is
That
huge.
is big
That is kinda nice.
time. Seriously.
I like that.
I think that Ani, I think he should
Do they have air
take
conditioning?
advantage of that restroom. Just like
Ani is not going to be in the press.
he won't be in the press box
no,
ever.
sir. Ever. Cade Kloster Hodak will.
He'll be up there.
I haven't told him that.
Oh, I
so if
love
you're listening, Cade.
Hey,
you're gonna be
Cade,
in the
guess
press
what?
box.
We'll send a whole bunch of.
There's no air conditioning.
Oh, but there's a bathroom.
We'll send a whole bunch of
Miralax.
Taco Jerry's with him, and then he'll be like mid game. He'll be like, "Well, I'm growing a tail, boys. I need to roll down to the bathroom."
feed him nothing but
No, I'm about to give birth to a pound of fudge. We need to go down and check this place out, and then just wreck it for the day.
For the whole day. And maybe even in the week after.
have him eat like 4 bags of dried apricots.
This is what you call
Radio announcers are.
this is what you call premeditated. Because this is over a year
He
out.
could do an upper.
It's
decker.
4th and oh god, I don't feel good.
I don't think Cade could do an upper decker.
Oh, I bet he could.
You mean if he really tried?
He's an athlete.
He is an athlete.
A superior athlete.
The amount of balance that it would take.
Yeah, exactly. Get that kick step in there, right up on the.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
he's gonna love this.
All you'll hear is,
Yeah.
"Are you okay in there?"
I'm fine. Don't
And he's still gonna have his headset on too, talking to Coach Ani. down on the
Exactly.
field.
Yeah, looks like they're in cover 3.
What do you see? What are you seeing?
I'm seeing the back of this door.
Yeah,
My life is
I'm
flashing.
sweating, Coach.
I'm sweating.
Shouldn't eat so many prunes.
You're like, hey, you know they have Kool-Aid days?
Exactly. Would you like a refreshing glass of Kool-Aid to get you feeling
Good
better?
Lord.
They might have some up there though.
They do. They got a new video scoreboard.
I did see that, yeah.
they did.
That was installed during the summer of
2023.
last
Yep.
year.
Yeah, I didn't get a picture of it, but sometimes that can be like our high school. We have a video scoreboard too, and it's like
Well, this has got motion graphics and instant replay.
I'm here to tell you it ain't the high school. It's big. It's
instant
nice.
replay.
oh
would
yeah,
be nice.
good for them. Like I
Yeah.
said, they have beautiful facilities at Hastings.
Yeah, I like that.
No
They got a
disparaging
restroom
remarks
in the
about
press
that.
box and a instant replay
Yeah.
scoreboard. Is pretty cool.
And so doing research about the college in and of itself, not anything about the football program, I didn't find a lot of information other than in 1882, a group of men and women, they wanted to establish a Presbyterian college. And again, we've said time and time again, you pretty much just had to have like, we should have a college in this town.
Yeah, you can
Let's
just
go
do it.
Yeah.
Start it up.
So anyway, but in 1873, so 9 years before, the locals submitted a proposal to the Kearney Presbytery of the Presbyterian Church.
Now, I think that in that part of the world, they call it Kearney
Okay.
because Kearney is a town in Nebraska.
Yeah, there's
And a
also
school.
There's also a Kearney.
It's spelled
Missouri.
exactly like the Kearneys we have here in town.
Oh, that's true.
And but
KEA.
I'm positive it's Kearney.
Kearn.
Yeah, it's Kearney.
I used to when we would send trucks from the National Guard out to Wyoming.
stop in Kearney.
They'd stop in Kearney or Hastings.
But would you really want your town to be? I'd say no. We're gonna start pronouncing it Kearney.
No, I'm with you because Carnival and
Would you want to be like that bunch of Kearneys?
Well,
they're Division
maybe that's
II.
what
They're
they
the
go
low-
Around there, they're wearing sleeveless T-shirts, cut off jeans. They got 4 teeth in their
And they
head.
would be like, no, it's with a K.
Haven't showered in weeks.
4 teeth in their head.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty girl. Hey, pretty girl. You want to try your luck over here? You want to try your luck?
Right next
Only
to
$1.
the Kearney Best Western,
Louise.
or I think it's Best Western. Might be a Holiday Inn. Right next to that, they got a little hockey arena.
Oh,
there.
nice.
Yeah, so I know that about Kearney. Never been there.
Well, yeah. So anyway, on September 13th of 1882, Hastings College greeted its first class of 44 students on the second story of an old post office building. Yeah, they got
Just
that
enough
going.
to keep the lights on.
Yeah. So their most famous alum,
Tom Osborne.
Tom Osborne.
He went everywhere.
He
That's
coached
ridic-
at Doane. Remember?
No,
No, he
he
didn't.
was at Doane. He's considered a student. So
He
what
was a
was he
student?
doing at Hastings?
Tom Osborne, he was born and raised in Hastings. He got his BA in history in 1959.
Who am I thinking of?
It wasn't.
But he did? No, we were talking about, that's what I'm saying. He was Hastings. We talked about Osborne with,
We did talk about
was it Doane? It was the one before that.
Concordia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What
so
did he do
this-
there?
I don't.
Tommy Frazier's who I'm thinking.
Oh,
Yes, you're thinking of Tommy Frazier, the
my
player
bad.
from Nebraska.
My bad.
But also a guy that coached. He did not go to wasn't a student, but the first coaching gig was a graduate from Wichita State by the name of Bill Parcells.
Ooh.
He coached for a year at Hastings.
Where
Really?
else did he coach?
A couple places.
Yeah.
yeah.
New York.
Buffalo?
Dallas.
Dallas.
I know people up here don't care about the Cowboys, but
Mm-mm.
I do. America's team. America.
I didn't have him listed as one of the notable alum.
Well, he's not an alum.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not an alum, but I found it interesting.
But he was there
Did you
for
see
a
Clayton
year.
Anderson? Clayton Anderson was an astronaut.
I did see that. Yeah.
He went to Hastings College, got a graduated cum laude.
With an
in
astronaut
physics.
degree. Oh.
Yeah, from Hastings. And then he went on to ISU, where he also teaches as a professor of practice.
What is that?
What is that? That's why see state colleges. They're just
teaching you
they're making it
How
up.
to practice. That's probably good stuff.
But you know what
A
practice
professor of practice, perfect.
makes? Yep.
And you got to be perfect when you're going to the International Space Station,
Or the moon.
which is what he didn't. Nobody went to the moon. He
Let's get into that, man.
Oh,
Let's
man.
go. Listeners, are you ready?
he wasn't. Nah, this guy.
All staged.
This guy, Clayton Anderson, he is an astronaut, but he's at ISU now, and he's also in charge of something else too. He's the president of, I forget what it's called, but it doesn't matter. I didn't write it down. Professor of practice is a weird title for me, and he went to the International Space Station.
Cool.
Do you know who Mark with a C, so Mars.
Marcy?
Oh no.
Borrichter is.
Was
Mark
he,
Borrichter. I might say that name wrong.
was he a
Borrichter?
politician?
No, he played for the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. I have his card. He signed it one time.
Chiefs, the Packers, and the Colts. He is one of 13 receivers. He was amazing for Hastings. He played for Hastings.
Okay.
He was amazing.
Well,
One of 13 receivers in the NFL that have caught a 99-yard reception.
wow.
Man.
Well,
Good for them. He learned that at Hastings. He learned how to do that.
He did have a tremendous number of
when Bill
Well, yeah,
Parcells
you-
was there, yeah.
And you went
receptions.
to the Chiefs, brother. Like
Yeah,
that ain't common.
Yeah.
no. And then Jerry Drake. Did you have that one? NFL guy.
I looked at all those, but it's like if they don't ring a bell, if our listeners are sitting there going, ooh, Jerry Drake.
I have his card.
He played for the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and he's probably most known for some tremendous tackle that he had against a guy on kickoff while he was playing for the Cardinals. Just really smoked him, I guess. It was like back in 2002 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, I did write 397 miles. And that's where my notes stop.
That's it. Done.
At least they're there.
Did you look up the tailgating rules? Because this is not something that's germane to this year, but next year we might have to go back and publish these rules again.
Well,
If you go to the Broncos game,
what are the rules?
well, I mean, what they want is responsible tailgating, and it's available for all. And this is where I'm a little confused because it said responsible tailgating is available for all Hastings College supporters before home football games. So does that exclude
We don't
us?
have to be responsible because we are not Hastings
Yeah.
College supporters.
They have a Broncos tailgate zone, and this is kind of the description like what they had with their field. It's located in the south parking lot, right behind the Puff, and to the south of the southwest of Lloyd Wilson Field is the only designated location for tailgating. Groups, organizations, clubs, and individuals may reserve single game spots. Tickets for the tailgating zone must be purchased 24 hours in advance.
So I don't think you can go 2 weeks or whatever,
Yeah, it's 24 hours in advance. So then,
So their line must be busy.
well, and it's on a first come, first served basis.
I want to know what the Puff is.
I don't know. It was all capitalized too. PUFF.
Is it an acronym?
I would imagine. Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't even.
I'll look it
No,
up.
I don't know.
I can't even think what
So-
that would be. An acronym.
So if you want to reserve your spot, you got to contact Chris.
Just that guy.
I know.
Yep.
you know.
Chris at 402-461-7395, or just call him and say hi today.
Everybody's got his number.
Yeah.
Give him a call.
So the spots are 30.
Chris, I'd like to reserve a spot for 17 of us next year for the wall.
Well, you can have as many people as you want, but you are only allowed 2 vehicles or an RV and a vehicle. The spots are only 30 feet by 20 feet. It opens 3 hours before kickoff and closes 2 hours post game.
You know, this is interesting because as a Gridiron Club, one of the things we have discussed is, marking off spots
Yeah.
along that front row on
Which
the
we
north
kind of do for the
end,
team,
for the
cheerleaders.
Yeah, and the folks that, perennially
Yeah.
are there
Yeah.
and also feed the team. And we've kind of gone back and forth about figuring that out. And now this makes it sound terrible.
Yeah, exactly. If we had to travel down there, it'd be like, that sucks. But the fact is that, like, you have to reserve a spot or you don't get in. If you don't have a ticket, you don't get in. And, so you
You
get
don't
that.
get onto their 3 acres.
No, the 2 vehicles are allowed per tailgate spot or 1 camper and 1 vehicle. No exceptions.
No pets either.
Dude, and if like you ride your bike in, hey, buddy, no, turn it around.
Yeah.
And it specifically says no kegs allowed.
It does.
Well, we don't bring kegs.
But you could.
Well, not down to Hastings.
Well, no, you can't.
And you
Yeah,
can't
but
and you can't bring your coal grill.
What if it was a
I'm
keg
trying to
of-
look at what
was
the
a
puff
keg of
is, but
Kool-Aid?
Ooh, that's
yeah.
different.
Ooh.
Keg of Kool-Aid?
Then Chris will have to test it.
Mm.
How does Chris spell his name? Is that with a C? Or?
C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
that's
normal.
good. Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was with
You
a K.
cannot bring a
That'd be
gas-powered
hilarious.
generator, but also
Just, what about LP?
well, that's a gas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Propane grills are allowed, but they're only limited to no more than 10 gallons per vehicle. No glass containers, which makes sense.
Oh, this is very Presbyterian.
No indoor use furniture should be placed in tailgate areas such as sofas or recliners.
I was reading.
This is all based on things that have already happened.
no question.
You know that this
no
is,
question.
people are rolling
That's how
in.
rules are made, though. That's
Yeah.
how
Nobody's sitting there thinking, well, let's first of all, the last thing we want is for a bunch of people to bring in sofas. Let's eliminate that.
No, that happened once, and they were like,
This is what the Presbyterian Church is dealing with right now.
Hey.
Sofas in the tailgating area.
You guys trying to have fun over here? Knock it off.
Knock it off. The Prespers
Get off your recliner.
Well, and it says that tailgating activities, drinking, will cease at game time. Our security must be able to focus all of their attention inside the stadium once the game begins.
Why do they have security?
Something bad.
Well,
happened.
because somebody will write them a letter signed the duck. That's why.
Bang.
I might do.
Yep. Security will
You
ask.
should
The
do
duck
that
might
again.
do it anyway.
You should do it to every.
So when the
away
game starts, you're done. You got to go in.
you got to go in
go
or
home.
go home.
That's right. Security will ask those failing to comply to leave the premises.
This sounds terrible.
And it
Our
does say,
fans like to stay outside
It's
of
a
it.
good thing they're going to come to
Some.
our Wild West.
Yeah.
Even though we're much farther east.
So the Puff is an indoor track area.
ooh, the puff.
I got insider information.
Yep. It
But
does
that-
say that alcohol is permitted in the Bronco tailgate zone only. Only. Nowhere else.
Why not?
Well, if you go uptown, you got to go buy a beer and take it back to the tailgate and drink it and then walk back uptown. And I don't know. So all state laws apply to Hastings College and all individuals on the property of the college. You must be at least 21 to consume alcohol. Duh.
Yeah.
You said no kegs. Hastings College security and or Hastings Police Department monitors the tailgate area. Big brother, they got drones flying around.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, helicopters
That guy's
Yeah.
wearing purple.
landing on the
That's the
Puff,
kind of
man.
stuff that will earn you a letter from the duck.
Yeah. The sale of alcohol is prohibited. You cannot sell alcohol there.
No bootlegging.
You can give it away. Yep. No bootlegging.
You can give it away. That's
All right.
And so here's one thing that the Woo has over the.
So the Yakels are fine. They just throw that 43 around.
Oh, yeah.
man, do they?
Hastings College does not provide electricity in the Bronco tailgate zone.
Weak.
Oh man.
Yeah, no
Listen, folks,
electricity.
you're getting a good deal coming to Waldorf. Not only are we less expensive as a university, but we also provide electricity in the tailgate area
Yeah.
because that's how we roll. And we don't have weird restrictions on who can be where and when the festivities begin or stop.
Yeah. So any violations of this policy may result in the termination of tailgate privileges and criminal prosecution and or action taken through the Hastings College Office of Public Safety, the Dean of Students, or the Hastings Police Department.
Man. At least,
They're serious.
they're
man.
safe though.
And are we
But
not
so
safe?
so are we. I was
gonna
getting
say,
there.
yeah.
We don't have Big Brother with the drones and all
We don't
that.
have shenanigans. We
And
don't have.
our people feed our guys after, and they are happy to see us.
Well,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I will
And
say that.
I bet they. Who knows? Maybe they do because they can stay 2 hours after. But as soon as that game starts, you must cease all tailgate activities. Like I suppose there's somebody there that.
You think it's really locked down, though? I mean,
It-
I would
on
imagine.
the website.
They probably put that out there as a proxy.
No way.
Like they're just like, listen, we put it out there. This is the rules that we stand by, but then
got
they
some
don't
leeway.
enforce them.
They got some leeway.
And then we go out there like they probably don't enforce them. And then like, well, I guess we're not going to see the game.
I would hate my tailgate privileges to be terminated.
Yeah, once
Every other year. Yeah.
Yeah,
have
exactly.
to
You guys
come up
can't come back for 2 years.
All right.
Cool.
Perfect.
See you in a couple.
Good Lord.
Exactly.
There's some good places to eat though around there. So
We're
they
just
could
gonna have
you
to
can
make-
watch the game there.
We're going to have to make Waldorf's experience as the best small college football experience in America
it is.
so wonderful for our guests this fall
I
from
think-
Hastings that when Chad Gassman calls out and sets up the schedule, he's like, why don't you guys come back? And they're like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, actually.
We'll play away games every year.
year.
Yeah. No, I think our tailgating is awesome.
It is.
It is
You don't
phenomenal.
even have to think
And
that.
but not just for us. I think other teams, from what the criteria we're reading,
Yeah.
is they're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, that's what Concordia. We don't even think that they have a spot for that. And then we talked about I don't know. Doan's probably pretty loose.
Doan is pretty good.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. There's
Mount.
I know from experience.
to the south
Marty,
of the
we
field. There's looks like some duplexes there. What we need to do is we're going to find out who owns those, and we're going to call, Bill and Louise and say, hey, if we slip you guys $250, can we be in your yard during the game?
Yeah.
And just hoot and holler.
Yeah. And if we're lucky, it's going to be Harriet, who is also.
Sasquatch.
We could get
we
all
can
of our
talk-
information about Sasquatch at the same time.
We can talk about
we would
Bigfoot.
love to see a Sasquatch exhibit with Waldorf Gridiron Club T-shirt on it.
That'd be great.
Wouldn't that be?
And just sell it
This is a Sasquatch.
in Hastings.
This is like best small college football experience in America.
Put it on the Sasquatch.
Woo ball.
Yeah,
Love it.
Harriet, I was just walking over here from the tailgate zone.
Yeah.
And there was a kid wearing a Hastings T-shirt saying that the Sasquatch is a bunch of hocus.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be like, "Who said that?"
You know, his name is Chris, and he's in charge. Here's his number. You can give him a call.
Listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Harriet. It'll be all right. You got this. So let's turn our attention to the Hastings College football.
All right. Who you want to start with? The coaches?
Well, actually, we're going to be playing them here at Waldorf
Yeah.
at 1 p.m. on September 28th. So make sure you mark that on your calendar now, folks. Their first season was in 1891. A lot of schools in the GPAC played in 1891.
Yeah.
Well, here's an interesting stat. Their total wins and losses, again, they've been playing football for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
is they're 567, 414, and 50. But since
It's a lot of ties.
Yeah. Since 2001, they've had 105 losses. So they have a history of 130 some years,
Mm-hmm.
but in the last 23 years, they've had 25% of their losses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, yeah, but so, yeah. Now, head coach is a gentleman that Coach Chapa knows well.
Matt Franzen.
Matt Franzen. He's the 23rd head coach in school history. It's his fourth season as head coach there at Hastings.
Mm-hmm.
He's the he was the head coach at Doan. Then he became the athletic director before coming to Hastings. But he was an assistant at Hastings for 11 years. But he played at Doan.
He did, and he was a very good offensive lineman.
He was first team All-American his senior year as an offensive lineman. I found it interesting on his bio that his wife still teaches in Crete, 77 miles away.
Yeah, I think they commute, and she does a very good job. And now Coach Franzen, not only did I play for him, but he's the one that hired me for my first ever coaching job. So a ton of respect for him.
His
And
picture he looks super friendly.
He can. Don't let it fool you now.
Yeah.
He's got some stuff to him, but he's a great human being.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Even so, they were. I think
like
they
his
won.
haircut.
I think.
I identify with that.
Yeah, he looks just like it.
Looks happy though, doesn't
I
he?
think they won 4 games this year.
Last year they were 5-6.
Yeah, and then the year before that they won 7 though.
Yes.
So
No, he's got him
That's
going the
the
right
way it
direction.
goes.
he's doing
Yeah.
the right things. I know a lot of those guys there. Coach Suttles is their defensive coordinator, and then the young man right next to him, Jeff Merritt. I actually coached him
Oh, really?
when I was at Doan. He's one of my best friends. We do golf trips together
Nice.
every year. And then the guy, the bottom left, Riley Homolka, he's a graduate assistant there. I was coaching when he was playing at Doan too. So
Okay.
good connections with all these guys.
Yeah, it's going to be fun getting back seeing friends.
We
You
get to
don't know
compete.
Ken Fastnacht?
He's new. Well, not new, but
Obviously, he's not new,
I
man.
know he's.
No,
You guys are what?
ain't nothing new on that guy.
I've met him once, and he comes from Southern Oregon, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
He came from Oregon.
He looks like a nice guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he is, but no, those other.
He looks concerned in this picture, though. He's like, I mean,
Exactly.
He's brought some good players from
yeah,
Oregon over there.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
that's definitely got a connection out
Yeah,
there.
he does.
Yeah.
For
So,
sure.
yeah, last year they
Running
were
the wing tee.
yeah,
I'm glad they don't.
that'd be fun. Last year they were 5-6. They beat Peru State, Dakota Wesleyan, Jamestown like everybody else, Mount Marty like everybody else, and they beat Midland.
Yeah, we'll
They
be
had a
talking
couple
about them next
overtime.
week.
I think
Yeah.
they had a couple overtime.
Briar
wins.
Cliff as well. I think
Peru State was overtime.
Yeah.
and they were pretty dang good.
But I think the game against Briarcliff was like 17-14 or something like
Yeah,
that, and Briarcliff
yeah.
took them.
They're going to play Peru State. That's their first game, and it's at home.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, they're going to play them again on August
Yep.
31st.
yeah, that's their.
And then they got to start their GPAC season right away with Northwestern. Good
Yeah.
luck with that.
Yeah, back in the 90s, they had quite a run. They were in the they've been to the playoffs, the NAIA playoffs, total of 8 times. But in the 90s, they went to the playoffs in 91, 92, 93, 95, 98, 99. I mean, so there wasn't too many years in there that they didn't go. And then, of course, in 2004, and their last appearance in the playoffs was in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they do have beautiful facilities, and the one thing I do appreciate about them is I love their helmet.
You do.
I really like their helmet.
Yeah. What are their colors, Andy?
They're red and white.
Yeah.
Crimson.
Crimson.
That's called
I'd say
red.
that. Yeah.
Their
Whatever.
helmets
Yeah.
are red. I mean, come on. let's
Whatever
not-
you want to say, but
Exactly. Are you sure it's not scarlet?
yeah, it could be Scarlet.
Yeah, so they have a red helmet with a white horseshoe
They're
on the side.
basically Alabama.
I like
Man, they
that.
don't have they don't even have a roster for this year.
No, and the big thing, I've talked about this multiple times, but like I like to golf. For people who don't
What?
know, I'm an avid golfer when I have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've gone down to Hastings and stayed at Coach Merritt's luxurious apartment and played there.
Does he have cats?
He does not have cats.
Okay.
He should have cats. He's gonna
Right.
love it. He should have cats, but
Let's bring him one. Like when he shows up here, let's be like, hey, I got you something.
he's been to Forest City multiple times.
Who's that?
Coach Merritt, the
Oh,
defensive
really?
backs coach.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
been-
yeah.
I mean,
Your
when
buddy, yeah.
I got 3 friends that I consistently golf with once a summer for the past 4 years. And,
Yep.
no, they're doing, but
Coach Merritt's one of them.
They have a
he
gridiron.
is one of them.
Who's the other dude?
Blaine Perisher.
Blaine Perisher.
is the other
Yes.
one.
Ah, Miss Perisher.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
They have a
good.
gridiron club, the Bronco Gridiron.
Yeah, but it ain't like us though.
Led by our gridiron ambassadors.
Well, you know,
They don't have committees. I know that.
no,
They
really.
can say they do, but they don't. We do.
No, we do have committees.
We have,
good committees.
and we have meetings.
If you are a member of the Gridiron Club for the Broncos,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this is what it's awesome. Awesome benefits. That I'm just reading what they have written.
Please, I baited.
Awesome benefits that include but are not limited.
Oh,
There's could be more.
so they're unlimited benefits.
First one, networking ability among the
Whoa.
members of the club. So
That's
You're allowed to talk to
it's
other
like-
members.
They
it's
don't
like-
put a
it's like-
muzzle on you.
like the Bronco LinkedIn.
Okay,
Yeah, they
basically.
have the opportunity.
Another useless website.
Reconnection with former teammates. Perhaps you are a former player yourself and you would like to say, why haven't you guys been sending me Christmas cards? And you can be like,
But if they're not
That's-
members of their gridiron club, you're not allowed to talk to them.
maybe
No.
not. You can reconnect if you're that's a benefit. That's an awesome benefit that you can get. Invitations to gridiron events, which are unspecified. You can get gridiron gifts, which I do like the alliteration, but I don't know what those are.
Probably pins.
Koozie.
And knowing that you have helped maintain and improve the Bronco football program.
Ah, sense of purpose.
Yeah.
You can't buy that. You really can't.
You can eat now.
You can
listen,
try.
It's only open to
Exactly.
Try.
For $1,000, let's see how you feel.
It's basically open to everybody like us. So it's former players, coaches, team personnel, any supporter of Hastings College football. Membership fees and donations are deposited directly into the Gridiron Club Fund, located. Oh, that's part of Hastings College Foundation. So it's run through the college.
Okay.
We're separate.
Yeah,
We're our own thing.
Yeah.
we are.
All money's
our own 501c3.
This is the same,
folks.
directed to the Bronco football.
Give
program.
big, give off.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
The exact use of these funds is determined by the head coach of the Bronco football team to go towards football scholarships. I like that.
Which is great.
That's cool. Yeah.
need to do
Equipment.
that.
And we do that. And other associated needs with the program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scholarships, interesting.
Let's see what their highest.
Yeah, Lena Blackburn's football.
Somebody's
Oh,
got
their
to
highest
look into
level is like $1,000.
Huh.
Well, but you can give more.
Well, it says and above. Yeah.
It's a
but why would you do that?
Yeah. No, correct.
$1,000 and above.
Hmm.
So everybody's like, "Where's $1,000?"
All right.
There you go. So they have a gridiron club too.
Well, that's great. Good for them. And again, looking forward to having them up here and being able to see Coach get all emotional, hugging all the dudes over there.
It's going to be fun.
bought a
Once you
trap
start
shoot for their
competing,
guys?
you start competing with your friends. That's fun. That's what makes football.
They did
fun.
buy new road uniforms.
We just bought
So
one
did
of those
we,
too.
We bought new home uniforms.
Well, that trap shoot is what we just bought one.
Ooh, here's something I like.
what did they buy? What's a trap shoot?
It's
I can't see it. I'm sitting
yeah,
over
It's
in the
just
corner.
yeah, you can't. Yeah,
it's
you
like a
need-
thing that the linemen run under to practice
But-
trapping and shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just pad level.
No,
you know,
okay.
stay low.
Yeah.
stay low.
They help.
Linebackers.
They help
use
with
it.
some recruiting costs, including travel and meals. They
We do that.
It looks like they did buy a 5-man blocking sled.
We
They
haven't
also
done
have
that yet.
stipends for various additional coaching positions, which is kind of fun.
That would be great.
That would
Yeah,
be
it is.
great. How about
Matt
that?
Daniels wasn't wasn't paid through the Gridiron Club. Was he?
Being
No,
able
he was
to,
not.
they say this, being able to use club funds to fund a stipend for additional coaching positions is huge.
Which it is.
Huge.
It is. Oh, they just hired their receivers coach, Mike Dixon, who I worked with at Doane.
Post-workout protein
way-
supplement for the team. Sorry, I missed out what you
No.
were saying.
Oh, it's actually just some.
He wasn't on the website.
Mhm.
That's why I didn't mention him. But
Yeah.
Mike Dixon is their receivers coach, outside receivers, I think.
That's great. It's like old home week when they come.
Yeah,
up
it's
here
kind
in
of it's going to be
August
fun.
or
It's going to
September.
be fun.
It is going to be. That's got to be a lot of fun for you. And there's a little anticipation with that, and so
Yeah,
it's kind of one of the, I can imagine the talk on Friday night. Guys, these are my friends.
and
We
it's
have
like-
to destroy them.
Yeah, but you can't say that to the players. You want to,
Okay.
but you don't want to put any extra like, hey, we need to win because it's my friends.
Exactly.
But in my head, I'm like, I gotta beat these.
It's like I have to golf with this guy.
Yeah, he's
next
gonna
summer, and
these
I
are
don't.
bragging rights here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, fun.
Yeah.
Hastings College.
gotta love football.
Well, Hastings College in Hastings, Nebraska. I do know that there's also what is it? What is their county? It's like Adams County. It's like I thought it started.
Yes,
with an A.
I believe
Is
it's
it
Adams
something like
County.
that. That's also where the Adams County Fair is. They got a little county. They got the
Oh,
county
an
fair
Adams
site there.
County Fair,
Mhm.
along with the Kool-Aid Festival.
Yeah, can you believe
Get
it?
outta here.
They got a
And
lot
not
of
to
stuff
mention
going
the
on.
Flat River, the Stillwater, Deadwater. What is it? Flatwater.
Flatwater.
Country Music Festival. Yeah, or just music festival.
Exactly.
From the area. Yeah.
Yeah,
That, and they do
like
have a toilet in their press.
They got a toilet in their press
that
box?
is actually bigger than most people.
They got a
No, I
fax.
understand
You got a
that.
fax machine in that press box? We might need to fax some things.
14 phone lines.
Of course, they
Maybe
got it.
15.
I mean, come
That's
on.
Exactly.
too-
But does the toilet, is it it's not like, oh, it ain't a flush toilet.
Yeah. It's just
Oh,
a,
it's
Out
a bucket.
below.
Just a bucket.
we could do that in our own press box. Thank you very
Exactly.
much. It just hangs off on the west end.
Yeah, like an
A
old.
little precarious, but
Open
watch
the
out.
windows.
Don't walk too close.
It's got a weight limit.
Yeah.
Oh,
And also don't look up.
Exactly.
the fans in the back row are gonna.
We need some work on our press box. So
We
we'll add
do.
to
We
that.
absolutely do. We
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bathroom and an air conditioner.
Yeah, we're just making fun of them because we're just jealous.
We are jealous. They do have their press box is gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know, so go to their website, look
Yeah.
at their athletic facilities. There's a little video that you can watch, and they have beautiful facilities. And yeah, very jealous.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. But you don't get those cool things. I think it's me. I thought I turned my notifications.
No,
Be professional.
I got mine set to stun.
You know what it is? I get a notification every time. It doesn't matter.
I get it.
Every time somebody drives
Pastor.
in this family.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. we do
Well,
the
as long
same
as
thing.
people are being safe.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Well, folks, I think that's going to do it for Hastings College.
Yeah, sounds good.
Just remember, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
No.
You're going to be tempted to.
But if you do, make sure you buy your ticket and call Chris.
We got his number. You're going to have to hit rewind a little bit. Or you can look on their website. Give Chris a call and say, we'd like to reserve some spots. And it's like, I'm sorry, it's 28 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Can you call me back?
And our fans are not going to remember that a year down the road.
No,
It's
I
like a year and a
probably
half.
I won't remember it tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast with all things Hastings. For the Duck, I'm Andy Buffington. And forever and always, go Warriors. You can join the Waldorf Gridiron Club and be part of the best small college football experience in America.
Just visit our website and pick your membership level. Find us and everything Waldorf Gridiron Club related, including professional photos, at waldorfgridironclub.org.
You can also click on the Support the Show link in the show notes to donate.
And you can even use the United States Postal Service by sending your check to the Waldorf Gridiron Club, P.O. Box 125, Forest City, Iowa 50436.
It's tax exempt, hassle-free, and has a level for every budget.
That's right. Anyone can join, even our rivals.
Show your colors. Join the Gridiron Club today.
Get it?
Got it. Fantastic.
The Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast is hosted by Andy Buffington and me, Troy Thompson. Produced by Sunnyside Farm Studios in beautiful rural Forest City, Iowa. Platformed by Buzzsprout and music by Soundstrike. The Waldorf Gridiron Club is a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to the student athletes of the Waldorf University football program. Our mission is to assist the program in maintaining the best small college football experience in America.